Welcome back to another week of the Aegis Guilty Gear Strive Team League. My name is Gummy, and I'm here with the wonderful C-Fresh. How we doing, man?
I appreciate that intro so much. Normally I'm behind the camera, but I'm lucky enough to join you today to watch some Team League action. Super excited. We got a lot of great Guilty Gear tonight. We're just going to get into it real quick, explaining the rules of this thing to you guys if you haven't checked this out already. So first of all, I'm going to let you know it is going to be a $700 total prize pot right now, split amongst our top 4 teams. However, you can up those numbers, sending it right to the players if you do donate to our Matcherino. I believe we have exclamation point Matcherino set up in the old Twitch chat right now. The other thing I can tell you is that we've got a little bit of a funky team format. When one team plays another, they're going to play 3 sets. Those sets go first to 3, and first to 4 for that final one. Each one set is going to give you 1 point. And at the end of this regular season here, the top 3 scoring teams in each division are going to go on to the playoffs, where things will get a little mixed up, and we'll talk to you about that when we get there. But right now, let's talk about the amazing games we got ahead of us today.
Yeah, so the first 2 teams we got going on, right? We have Koi Pawn from at Koi FGC and Newhead, one of Newhead's teams, right? But we'll go ahead and talk about Koi for a second here. We have Dig Blig. You might have known them. You probably do know them. Renowned online Bridget, very celebrated. We have Classified, a strong Giovanna who took over the net play scene, and the name is just well known. And Gwen Stylish, another Bridget you definitely might have heard of as well. Very strong player. But on Koi's side of things, we have the highlighted player, and that will be Classified. That is the #1 dad, having a 56% win rate, give or take, here in the Team League. And as of recent, got 5th at their Strive locals, making it pretty far in a FlyQuest, 9 Moons, 49th at CEO. That's no slouch. That's a good player. Why don't you tell me about who else we got going on today?
Absolutely. I'd love to tell you about Newhead Porta Potty Pals. We actually have a small change up to the lineup tonight, as we have Sim subbing for them, the Symbolist subbing alongside Valor and Treegun. Lovely team, very interesting. Leo, of course, pretty rare character. I'm interested to see how the changes are going to affect them. I know Vinny is trying really hard not to, keep that DPRC in the muscle memory. We see how well that goes. But of course, you look at Treegun, you got to think Happy Chaos. Maybe stealth buffed by these changes. A lot of these more set play, pressure-oriented characters possibly buffed by the changes to DPRC, making it harder to interrupt them with in one-frame gaps. Their highlighted player is going to be the lovely Treegun. We love Treegun here, a co-owner of the Newhead organization, also #1 dad. I don't know if you knew that. Treegun took a small break from competitive play to, raise his first child. But it was coming on back, and I'm happy to see them out here in the Team League. I think they could get a whole lot of good done. And then we are going to take a look at our actual matchups for the night. If you didn't know, right side is away team, left side is home team. Home team gets the advantage. They got to counterpick the away team. So these are the matches they chose. See, Dig versus Valor. I know Valor is pretty dooming about the Leo Bridget matchup. We'll see if they can bring that thing home. We have Classified Treegun. That's, I think, going to be a pretty heavy-hitting match. I predicted before the league even started that Classified might be the offensive powerhouse here for Koi, next to their more mid-range compatriots. And then finally, Gwen Stylish versus the Sub Sim. And I'm very excited to see, I don't get to see Sim play a bunch. I do love to see her tech videos. I'm excited to see what she represents here with these minor but potentially mattering soul bad guy changes.
Yeah, Symbolist is definitely one of those players who, you definitely heard a ton of, early on in the game's life, and it's still relevant even to this day, but they just don't compete as much, or nearly as much as they once did. But the knowledge and the skill is still there, so I'm not here to underestimate Sim. And you were talking about some of the changes that this recent patch happened 2 days ago might affect some of these characters, like Soul Bad Guy, Leo Wifeng, where they can't DPRC anymore, or even Happy Chaos with... I think Happy Chaos overall gets buffed this time around, with the Wild Assault wall break nerfs, with the DPRC nerfs, and just overall you're playing more neutral, and playing neutral against a character like that is scary to say the least. So I'm very excited to see how these matches are going to go.
For sure. Some of those stealth buffs are interesting too because you might not even have to change your play style to benefit from them. Like because DPRC isn't in the game, your pressure is just going to work better. Whereas, some more comprehensive buffs and nerfs, they might really change the way you play a lot. And even if they're overall good for your character, it takes a while to get those in your hands. And I mean, I was just talking about the nerf to DPRC. Like, a lot of players are very used to that, and I'm going to be interested to see if they can hold themselves back from trying it as much. I'm also interested to see if DP blows up throws, because I think we're all used to trying to run up and grab or command grab these DP characters, and that's not on the table anymore. All right, looks like we're finally ready to go here. Like I said, Bridget and I almost called Leo Vinny. That's how tied up the two are in my mind. Bridget versus Leo out here, just like we expected. Let's see, game one, let it rock.
All right, immediately, I love these booms we already got going on. And speaking of going on, we already have the Leo offense started, and the DP, or the Bridget DP to retaliate immediately as well, right? But it looks like both players are playing a little more scared this time around, or maybe a little more careful. Vinny as well, too, right? Definitely not using the fact that they can do run through, they have the meter, not spending the wild assault nearly as much, right? Because I feel like now it's a lot more of a precious resource, and I think they succeeded with that on this patch.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think people will have to change up their play patterns around Wild Assault a lot because you're not going to really be wanting to save it for wall break in a lot of cases. It's going to be for routing and for pressure, which I would guess a lot of extra pressure resets over here with the blue Wild Assault.
Speaking of the blue Wild Assault, maybe we see one like here soon, but nope, we see the JD to bait something that might have been a throw, might have been a flash kick, I'm not quite sure, but we missed the Kara Super, unfortunately, and we get the air throw. Digblick working on keeping Vinny here in the corner to spend the meter. We're keeping this pressure started, we're keeping it going, we're not stopping. We're forced to use our burst here.
No, I like how Dig's been playing a lot. Like, you can see these Leo players, they like to gamble, and if you let them gamble once, they can just win the whole game off of that. Dig, of course, with the meter here to convert this and make it hurt. Let's see if that wall break damage will be enough to kill. Oh, the German guts, not enough.
I feel like that was just barely enough with that extra wall splat damage, but Dig over here tying up the rounds.
The other bit you got to notice is the decreased burst game. I think we're seeing a lot less wild assault, a lot less burst because of that, which is really going to change people's habits. People were bursting like crazy before.
That wall splat gave 0. Like that was actually crazy. I don't think I noticed the change.
Yeah, it used to give like a third. Oh my god! Snuck that right in. Don't even need a DP. Get that command grab.
Yeah, Vinny definitely holding on to the burst, holding out to a hero, trying. Maybe to see if, or maybe was just scared that they were getting baited there, right? It definitely is scary. Bridget does have a lot of, bait points, especially at, further ranges with her buttons. Like, she can just maybe recover in time if you burst late.
Super scary. Or, if you act
I'm not sure what Vinny was looking at there, but maybe we might use...
Yeah, if you act crazy, I think she can just let the yo-yo come back on you, right? Like, she can down back and just let the yo-yo ruin your day.
Yeah, there's a lot that Bridget can do in a situation like that, which is, scary. It's definitely a character you don't want to let get started.
Yeah, now you can't let either of these characters get started. This is why Guilty Gear Strive is such a offensive game.
Yeah, that's just how Guilty Gear, as a series is, right? And I'm really liking that, it feels like we're going back to that, and it's not, or the quote-unquote resource meta that people would like to say it was last season. Oh, and speaking of resources, here we are spending the blue Wild Assault for a neat little combo. I love that.
See, beautiful routing. I'm not sure if you would have seen that before. I think people might have chosen to spend their resources differently.
Yeah.
Wake up 2D.
Okay, Vinny. Okay, man.
I think Vinny's... That's the replacement for DPRC. It's 2DRC. I think that's going to be Eisenstorm as well.
Oh, we're not hit confirming here, but... Yeah, we're spending this meter. Gotta go for a high-low. Digblick keeping this offense going. Not actually, and there's the anti-air, yeah.
Possibly emotional burst, but Vinny does get things going here. Forces the burst out of Dig. Forced to hold this. Let's see the patience. I will say, I think Vinny is staggering his pressure a lot and trying to bait a DP out of Dig, but it hasn't worked yet. I think Dig's DPs are 2 for 2 or 3 for 3.
Yeah, it seems like, That's another thing. Maybe it's just, you know, the fear, the fact that, you know, DPs are a lot stronger now that you can't grab them. Maybe you want to go for baiting more, so you're leaving more gaps in your pressure. And it seems like Dig is picking up on that, so they're starting to mash a little more, you know, trying to catch Vinny over here balking back.
God, Dig is so ready for armor stance as well. Like, yeah, the one time they jumped in on it, they didn't hit a button, and right there they immediately react with a low. Very good stuff. Oh, and ready with the grab as well.
Yeah, nice reactions there. Speaking of.
What a student of the matchup. Gets things going again on Vinny. Once they get countered, I do wonder what he's hitting on wake up. He might just be rotating the 2D again, expecting a throw.
Yeah, whatever it is, I'm not sure what it was, but it definitely did lead to a wall break. Here we got the positive bonus scenario, the 2D. There it is again.
Man's a nut. Not able to sneak in a tick throw either. Traditionally a very strong part of Leo's game plan. He's great at getting a tick throw, and then his reward off of them is insane because of back turn.
Yeah, instant access to back turn. It used to be DPs. You know, that's just so much with that change alone. Just DPs are being fully invul. I kind of love it now.
Oh, sending a message there. Still burst on deck. Vinny gets out of the fat combo.
Oh, nice 2S right there to beat the 6P, but Dig with the BRC overhead, catching the backdash, and I felt that. Dig, I know you wanted to use WoW. I felt the hesitation. Oh, this is so nice. You can't TP RC even with combos, but nice IBs over here on Dig's side. We have a bunch of meter to spend. Let's use it. The 2H to end the round.
I feel like I see that more on Kai, but I do love ending your pressure in DP. Like, I call that the forbidden frame trap.
The forbidden frame trap?
Yeah, you're like, one extra hit, let me just swing. You gotta want it. You gotta want it out here.
Yeah, you know, and now that with the DP change, right, it's only SDPs that aren't able to, or in Chip's case, only DP, that aren't able to be roaming canceled. So, like, it's not just all DPs. So the HDPs can still be roaming canceled, for those of you who don't know, which leads Leo, which still leads Leo to have a very strong mix-up, you know, the 5K, 6K, DP, high-low, because you can RC it still. So I wonder if we're going to start seeing that from Vinny, or maybe it's not registered in there, that, you know, maybe I can still do this. Or maybe they're just trying to spend their meter elsewhere, and I'm not woke yet.
Yeah, I do wonder what the go-to will be. I feel like a lot of Leos would maybe hang on to a bar for that. They'd have an offensive bar and a defensive bar of tension, but now you don't got to worry about that. So I wonder what they think the highest reward is for you know, any given bar of tension. Stuff. I think Vinny's trying to fuzzy out of a lot of these things with just getting caught either in the shins or the head.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to block any of this, right? Because like now it leads to a positive bonus situation. We do have less burst on average, but you know, look at that tension gauge. It's pretty massive here, and we might see some usage out of it, but we have a good amount of health. Right? Both these characters are one touch, but Vinny with the air dash and a nice little combo here to finish it off. It just barely doesn't kill, but Vinny does have the positive bonus rate that we love talking about.
No,
the killing machine.
Oh my god, what a sicko.
No, run up DP to end it. Oh my gosh, Dig.
People would describe Dig to me as that Bridget. Like, I hadn't seen them play a bunch, and people were like, oh, that's that Bridget, dude. I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to understand this this whole routing thing. Then he was first back on deck here. Of course, positive bonus on Dig's side. Let's see them use it to extend this combo. No shot.
Oh, catching recovery there. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
He's got some of the best fireballs in the game, but unfortunately the killing machine is better. And that is going to kill. I believe that is 3-0 for Dig there. Really impressive play. The counter pick definitely worked out in their favor, I'll say. I know this is a match Vinny dreaded previously prior to the big patch, so I can't imagine he's enjoying it anymore.
Yeah, especially, you know, with the DPRC gone. I mean, same on Dig's end, right? Like, the DPRC being gone. We saw at firsthand how much, like, both characters seem to be afraid to run their offense. Maybe Bridget less because, you know, oh, I don't have to be afraid of running my actual mix-up safe jump because I can't get DPRC'd. So maybe it encourages Bridget to run more like her standard offense a little more. But nonetheless, good job to Dig. Vinny, we'll get him next time. You did play excellent. Keep 2D'ing on Wake Up. I love seeing that.
That was 1 for 5 or something. I don't know about those
like
stats.
I'm a fan, you know? But nonetheless, I think we're getting ready to run our next match here. We talked about it earlier, Classified versus Trigun. Now this will be another when we get there. For now, let's load into the match. Let's see where the Eagle takes us.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see. Like I said, Classified's been doing pretty well. I think they're sort of the offensive side of their team, getting a lot of these points. But Trigun, despite taking a break from a public competition, has remained a lab monster. I know he's no stranger to labbing any character, but especially the beloved Happy Chaos, the gunslinging broken messiah.
That's one nice one here. Look at this. Both players playing some fuzzies, and it looks like Classified is playing around the fact that forget I said anything. That was nasty.
That is so diabolical to me. That's Faust has a pretty good matchup into Geo because he can crawl a lot of her stuff. However, if the Geo knows what's up and does stuff like that, they'll eat you alive. And she can do it to every other character in the game as well.
Oh yeah. And the Geo pressure is scary because she has the empowered dash, release one of her special moves, and against non-DP characters like Happy Chaos.
They both got one.
Yeah, I'm loving it. But Geo's offense can be very strong against non-DP characters because it's really tough to get out of that card-crushing pressure. And speaking of getting out of that freaking pressure, look at this. Double overhead on Trigun's side with the perfect to take the round.
For those of you counting along at home, I would love to see a tap dust block rate at the end of this game.
Nice little blue bee. Unfortunately, maybe we try to fuzzy out of that right there. I'm not sure, but Trigun did get caught and led to a lot of damage.
Oh my god, runs all the way up with it and has the meter to make this hurt enough.
Yeah, I definitely like that. Most players, whenever they see Curse Ball, they try to, avoid it, jump, by jumping over it, or maybe using another movement tool they have, or just end up getting blocked by, or block it, and they have Curse on them. But no, not Classified. Classified ran into that speeding, ball, I guess, and was not afraid of the cook there, the backdash catching whatever they were doing, or Classified catching the backdash, and then the follow-up of whatever happened led to a big counter hit.
Yeah, I think Geo can be such a menace in this version of the game, especially if you don't have great ways to interact with Spiral Arrow, or if your only way is to 6P it, that can be quite limiting on neutral, really limit your neutral vocab. So Happy Chaos wants to keep that reticle on her at all times, keep her locked down just like Trigun's been trying to do here, keep Geo down in the corner.
Oh no, and speaking of lockdown, we have no more concentration here. Very scary situation, but Trigun manages to squeeze out the offense, but Classified immediately taking their turn back and maybe forcing a wall break here. We'll see this here.
Unfortunately,
just barely got enough.
Oh. Reflect shield moments gone wrong.
Yeah, terrible.
I love to see that dash 2K out of the corner from Classified there. I think too many Geos love to stick out the far slash or 5K there, because they're great buttons, don't get me wrong, but they'll get blown up a lot for that. It was a good escape. Unfortunately, there's no escape from God. Deus Ex Machina putting you through the wall with the hard knockdown. Still gives you a hard knockdown. No wild assault, though. Oh my god! Safe jump question mark?
I believe it. I would have blocked it. I don't know. I would have been scared. But it looks like Trigun has taken it to the corner, but we run out of concentration mid-combo. Oh, but we have enough plus frames to block this super, and it might lead to a kill. Yep, the 2D at the ready. Trigun, bringing it back. We're back to the same scenario we were right here last round.
This is good stuff. And we're showing the classic Happy Cast weaknesses, right? If Trigun gets put down in the corner, very hard to get out, not incredible defensive options for HC, especially without meter. But Trigun can get things going, that's where the party starts.
Speaking of getting going, we're doing it right now. Trigun, not enough burst to get out of this, and we have the super to break the wall. Look at that damage. That was so much.
Trigun with 100 meter here, but of course Classified gonna tick up really quick off that positive bonus. I don't know if they'll get the chance though. Oh, I think it's hitting.
Yeah, just barely not enough to kill, but okay, here we go. We got a tough situation here. Classified trying to chase down Trigun, but we get the grab and spend the meter, and the Deus Ex to end the game. We're bringing it back 1-1. Trigun is not out. That was a good one. Yeah, I definitely loved how that same ending situation that happened there happened again, right? Where we have Curse into Classified, just running into the curse and try to get a punish or something. Trigun was aware of that at the time and just jumped up and was locking Classified down with the gun in the air because they had curse on them, and definitely worked out because Trigun obviously did bring it back. So that's a good adaptation. I love seeing stuff like that.
And I gotta say, I mean, it must feel so good to do, but it's so frustrating to watch a Happy Chaos player be on like 10% health and just backdash 8 times and jump back. Like, obviously, great play. It's the optimal play there. I don't blame you. Oh, it hurts to watch. You see Classified taking advantage of the Dog Behemoth Typhoon there. Happy Chaos not with the greatest options to interact with Spiral Arrow.
Dog Behemoth Typhoon. I love that one.
They guard crushes, it'll get you.
Oh yeah. Oh no, we're messing up a fuzzy here, unfortunately. Still, we have the Wild Assault to extend the pressure, and look at the risk on hand and the tension. This might barely be enough. It catches the backdash with the tap dust. The overhead block rate is at an all-time low this set.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some report cards at the end of this one. I need you to at least be C- on tap dust blocks. Like I said, Trigun out here, not with a lot of resources on hand, really struggling to escape the corner. You truly just have to try to block Geo out, but she wants to reset pressure all the time by dashing back in. It's super tricky to tell when to challenge.
All right. Yeah, nice little combo throw into the RC with the perfect, bringing it up 2-1, right? We're still not out because we have a first to 3. This is a first to 3. And it still could go either way because these matches look pretty even, although Classified kind of looked like they were taking charge of that last game they played. I can't lie.
I mean, it's a really tempo-based matchup. It appears like whoever takes a strong early lead, whoever gets those resources. Like if you can deny one of these characters tension, there's a lot of threats that go out the window.
Yeah. All right, here we are. Well, possibly game point here. And we're immediately setting up our Okizeme with the Garu Dog, the Guard Crush. It's very tough for Happy Chaos to deal with. Yeah, we didn't want to deal with any of it, so we're bursting out, and I love that this time.
Oh my god, -2. Actually, it's my turn. Love to see the gold burst. About to have a double positive bonus here off of that. Or does that not give positive anymore? I feel like Classified didn't get that much meter.
Off the gold burst, I'm pretty sure it was blocked. So like,
oh, yep.
Yeah.
They're just unable to get the punish.
Yep, and speaking of, Classified, here we are. It's 10 points.
Oh, I don't know about that C-.
We're looking at a D right now, but look at this Happy Chaos building a ton of less, like, burst gauge for wall sticking. So, wall slumps are also a thing that's back on the table here.
Yeah, we have a really interesting line of play that's kind of died. I know the Eno players really love to do that, so it'll be fascinating to see, if that makes a comeback.
All right, we have 50 tension, and nice grab on the roll. We're out here ready for it.
I have seen the greatest players in the world get blown up by roll through, and yet Classified is out here confidently grabbing the thing. Great work, but blown up by the surprise run-up grab.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of those situations where you're expecting a bullet, but you get thrown. It's really tough. It's a nice little reaction check. Pretty honest, if I say so myself.
One of the most honest things I've ever seen in my life. Trigun down back in the corner once again. Things are looking tough, especially with all that meter on Classified side. Next hit to do it.
Meter. Oh, nice block on the overhead. All right, maybe we earned ourselves a B. But these Garu dogs, they're going crazy. But Trigun manages to find a way out of the corner and is now running the game. We're using the blue Wild Assault to keep our pressure going. We have 50 tension. Nice block on the overhead. Nice block on the overhead. Yo, let me see some more of that. Whoa.
Great escape, great escape. Gotta deal with that clone though. No! Catches the feet.
The run up 6P. Oh, this is such a bad spot for Classified here. Backdash getting blown up by the gunshot. Oh! And speaking of backdashes getting blown up, it looks like right there the spiral arrow from Classified side to catch Trigun's backdash, and that will take the set. So far, it's Dig and Classified that have won their respective sets, but neither team is out so far, right? We still have one more set. Who we got going up?
We are looking at Gwyn Stylish versus Sim. Like I said, very interesting match. Gwyn on the Bridget, presumably, and should be looking pretty good. Has been looking pretty darn good for their team. Sim subbing in over here. Of course, everyone's seen her tech videos. She is a lab monster as well, but we don't get to see her play all the time. So I'm very interested to see what she represents and how she represents Soul, because I feel like you've been seeing the same type of Soul players for years. A lot of these people have been playing a long time. I really want to see what Sim is bringing to the table.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see as soon as we touch down with our little, bald eagle friend, right? So, we got
Mike
same
Sapphic
matchup.
goes crazy.
Mike Sapphic is a really funny name. It really
goes
hard. All right, but here we are. Round started immediately. Gwyn Stylish actually keeping or starting offensively, right? Something you don't necessarily see all the time, because it seems like Soul has a pretty strong round start against majority of the cast.
I mean, it's scary, right? Like you want to beat Soul at the beginning so he can get started. Oh,
what was that?
Okay, tough stuff. Oh my god. Let's go up and grab the thing to just finish it. I think Sim went for a grab again right there, just out of range. And suddenly Gwyn is back in the game. No clash!
Nice.
I have to imagine they wanted the clash there.
Yeah, definitely, right? Because, it leads that if the clash happened, it left an opportunity for, maybe, a comeback. FD cancel the clash or do a lot of things. But Gwyn Stylish will take the first round here with a nice little combo. And look at the burst gauge. I love how it's not full.
I love this. More off the bat. Interesting. Was that a burst bait? There was no burst to be baited.
I just think it was a nice little reset combo,
I don't mind that. Funky routing. I mean, I was asking to see the technical stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's that stuff we were talking about. Bridget, right? The JD, very elusive of when it's gonna hit, and it often leads to a safe jump. But here we go. We got our nice little super, the double wall stick there. I wonder if that gives, Sim more burst, because he technically got wall stuck twice.
Also, I wonder what Gwyn's success rate is on 6Ps out here. I think they've been doing pretty nice with it.
Yeah, whether it's reactionary or not, it's definitely doing a good job at catching these bandit bringers. Or revolvers, I should say.
If you want to remember the difference, it's Bandit Revolver is the one where he yells Bandit Revolver, and then Bandit Bringer is the one where he yells Bandit Bringer. That's what always helps me out.
That's a good That's a good point. I feel like there's one of those we haven't seen so far. So maybe I need to see it
start off game one with Bandit Bringer, but was immediately squashed by that, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Super tough.
Oh. Nice little throw here immediately, and Gwyn Stylish already has Symbolist in the corner, right? This is not a situation you want to be in. You have 50 tension, 50 burst. Oh my gosh. We just 6Hing. Okay, I love this. Nice little combo here.
Yeah, I wonder if that routing's changed. I mean, people talked about the Red Wild Assault changes to make give you less momentum. So I don't know if that's actually different than it would have been last patch. I would trust him to know and not me.
I can still imagine the Sim still going to be doing all the optimal combos without any difficulty. And well, that killing machine definitely killed there without any difficulty itself, doing a large amount. Well, actually did more damage than I thought.
I mean, Bridget players talk about 2H. I can't believe that hit.
Sim was right. That was a cool combo. So it might be Gap.
It's Gap now. It's Gap now post this most recent patch. Previously, I don't know. There we go.
Oh, we're not blocking here. Unfortunate. Yeah. 6K. I'm not. Maybe to catch a backdash there. I'm not totally sure what that was for. Odd choice, but the 5K here on Sims, and a nice little pickup to end the round, bringing it back and ending it with the Bandit Bringer.
Yeah, I think it's just taking a couple chances for Sim to get things started, right? It's like they get forced to, make Gwyn burst, and then they get forced to make Gwyn DP, and then maybe they finally get to run soul pressure. But they haven't got to run up and run the stereotypical, far slash pressure a whole bunch.
Yeah, especially with, we just have less resources, it's less available to you to just do it, right? You don't get to just break the wall and do the same 50-50 over and over, and the same situation over and over as we get DP'd out of the corner, and the 6P as well. Gwyn Stylish is just on fire right now.
Oh, not killing, not managing to get the wall stick there. Sim still has a shot. One combo on either side could do it. Not a lot of meter. Let's go, bad guy. Oh, no! Yet another instance of deflect shield gone wrong.
Deflect shield. What a funny little mechanic.
It's hard to use. It's hard to use. You know, people try to call out specific things with it, but you want to make a little space, and you know that's the time your opponent left the gap and didn't hit anything, and they blow you up for it.
Yeah, it's definitely like pretty good on reward, at least on most characters, right? Like you know, Ramlet up, you deflect shield to sword, there's send full screen. But on the contrary, there's some characters like Elfelt, if you know, deflect shield the Rekka, they can catch you with the low. You know, it is a lot. Or Nago as well. Maybe a Soulback guy. I'm not an expert.
That's very situational, is what it mainly comes down to. Speaking of situation, Sim in a bit of a situation here, forced to fight out of the corner.
Oh, this happening so fast. Yeah, look at this. Definitely a good spot to burst, right? You definitely don't want to be in the middle of this. Nice IBs over here. I'm loving the defense. Using the system mechanics here to maybe, you know, find an opportunity of escape. And there he goes. Sim finds it with a bandit bringer. Now we have our offense started.
No convert off the 6S, but both players getting a bar of tension here.
Did you see that? That might have been the first full bad guy YRC I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible. What are the Bridget players out here? I'm always hearing about how that character, you know, doesn't have health and can't defend. The Bridget players are out here and are like 10 for 10 on DPs right now.
You know, maybe that's just like luck on their side or something, you know, but they are not afraid to let these DPs rock. Even post nerfs, I gotta hand it to them.
Yeah, let's go gambling. It's working out. Is this gonna kill? Oh, Fafnir plus wall damage, not enough. No hard knockdown here.
Oh, scary spot. Yeah, Bridget running at you. Oh, the anti-air close slash will do it. Gwen Stylish keeping this momentum going. They are not stopping.
What you gotta remember though is that this one is the anchor match. This one's gonna be first to 4, so there is a little bit of an extra opportunity here.
Nice blue water saw does whiff, unfortunately. You know what? That's another change that I forgot to mention. That, you know, just over time. Look at that Bridget burst gain is getting so much less. And speaking of so much less, look at that health bar. It is deleted.
Oh, with the 2K. You hate to see it. I wonder what that hit. I wonder if it was an attempt to 6P that oncoming Fafnir and they just didn't get it out in time.
Yeah, it might have been. I'm not entirely too sure. Maybe we can look at the replays later on and find out.
Also, both burst bars just filling up here, Sim electing to use hers. Been working on a fat bar of tension right now. Going to really be able to give Sim some trouble here.
Got a nice little B here to break the wall. Don't wild assault. Hitting you with the pulse weapon instead. I'm loving this.
Oh, no.
Yep, spend that cash, earn that round, don't play around. Gwen Stylish taking another one with the perfect instead. Wow, that's
very nice. Like I said, Gwen's not afraid to swing with buttons that Bridget players might consider risky. Like that 2H is insane. We see Sim trying to jump out of the corner so much, a lot of fuzzy jumping, and just getting hammered by these 2Hs. And you know, I'll say it's scary to run up and try to contest that on the ground too. Like I can't tell you how many times I've tried to run up and deal with the 2H with a low button and still gotten clipped by that thing.
You know, Bridget 2H reminds me of another really big anti-air 2H that doesn't do that anymore, but that's a conversation for a later date. As we got the burst immediately out within a few seconds of the round here, actually. Oh, this is a huge counter hit here on Sim's end. We're actually spending the meter. Finally, a little reset.
Oh! You're dead. Good night, sweet prince.
Yeah. That nice. Okay, that was nice. Good on you, Sim. I love Sim.
They're very interesting. I mean, we've talked about Sim like going for resources instead of maybe more traditionally breaking the wall, and I think it's finally working out in her favor there.
You know, yeah, it definitely maybe put like into Gwen's head that, you know, I can't just DP all the time, because I think that situation is where most of the successful DPs have come from.
I'll also say some of these games are just like Sim is not gambling, right? You know, just losing the Bridget 50-50 too many times in a row. It's very hard to come back from that, and you know, sometimes you're just unlucky.
You'll see, Fish. Why'd you laugh there?
Sometimes you're unlucky, man. I've lost a whole lot of 50-50s in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, in my brain, you laughed because the YRC.
No.
It's like seeing an exotic animal.
I'm a YRC enthusiast. I think players, even before these changes, were, with good reason, worried about using it. You know, it's not necessarily riskless, but it's good. It's good to use. It's another option in your defensive playbook. Why would you avoid the system mechanics? And you see right there, it's going to do pretty darn good for Sim.
Yeah, definitely. It did do a lot. That one YRC definitely felt like it shifted, like the momentum of that match alone, right? Leading Sim to actually win it. But yeah, you know, it's really, you know, now that DPRC is gone, right? We're seeing some of these players on some of these characters, no names, you know, having to showcase like their great blocking abilities. I know they have it, and also how they're going to spend their resources instead of just dumping it all into DPRC.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you know, how limiting DPRC can be because it's such a good option, right? You know, Sim has even criticized like Soul's combo routing because she really wishes it wasn't so focused on HVV. Like, she really wishes she could do cool stuff with the rest of Soul's kit, but you know, the game really wants you to HVV because it's so damaging.
You know, and I feel like that's even bled into like the combos that we've seen today, right? Because she'll do like, you know, HPV stuff, but then go into like non-traditional dust loops that you see. So like, I feel like, you know, it just Sim's opinions and personalities bleeding into this match, and that's the stuff I love seeing. That's what fighting games are about. Feel me?
It's a beautiful thing, and I don't take it for granted that I can watch these characters and see players represent them differently. Like, that's a sign of good design to me. You know, some characters in some fighting games might be so limited that you just don't really get that effect. There's everybody is sort of one size fits all.
You know, I mentioned earlier like great blocking ability, and I definitely want to go back for a quick second and showcase like the end, or talk about the end of that round there. Sim, which is IBing everything, blocking everything, and just like not actually using DP nearly as much as I would expect still, right? And definitely won that round back. Here's another situation of
oh my god,
going wrong.
What a punish. Yeah, that almost certainly optimal. Big chunk of damage over there on bad guy. Great blocks though.
Yeah, just barely doesn't kill, but remember, like, completing a charge those combo does net you YRC. All right.
Instincts are crazy. She's looking really nice right now. Hard calling out some of these defensive techniques that Sim is introducing.
Oh, Sim actually using Bandit Bringer to avoid the 2H that we were talking about earlier, right? Like, just barely out of its range, because it does like raise you up just a little bit. And I really like some of that stuff. Oh, nice 6H right there after the IB. Good recognition. Look at the damage. What happened?
Oh my god, still eaten up by that TK SPV, I believe. Oh my god, I did not expect that to kill.
Okay, Sim, I see you.
That's Mr. Bad Guy. You know, my bad. Of course it kills Frederick. I didn't know. Yeah, lovely return here. Like I said, I think, you know, maybe Sim was just caught a little off guard in the beginning and wasn't gambling as good as she could have, but it's really turned it on in these last couple of games here. Also say, I think she's getting a feel for how Gwyn wants to defend. Like we said, Gwyn was really eating her up with 6Ps early on, and I think, you know, just in that last set, you saw Sim waiting, baiting a DP, punishing with 6S to great effect.
Yeah, there's a lot of choice. You know, there's a lot of like interesting defensive choices that were made on Sim, but you know, Sim is fighting for their team's sake, right? Like, you know, she really at least wants to get this win on the board for them, and she's doing a damn good job at ensuring that it might happen.
Oh my god, what a burst bait. Did not quite work there. Very delayed. Yeah, like I said, every single point counts. It really does matter. I was telling those stories before about how like single unexpected upsets basically decided the outcome of the season and who went to playoffs. And, you know, you can see it here again if Sim gets this win.
All right, here we got bursts on table. We got a bunch of resources on deck. Let's see some people use them. Good job right there, Sin. Oh, nice DP. We don't want to hold that blue wild. I thought that maybe might have ensured the round loss. And the 5K to catch the rolling movement. Nice pick up there, Sim, with the recognition. And just so close to winning it. Right, nice little comeback story.
smoking. And great use of resources from both these players. You saw them really spending all the meters, spending all the bursts that they could. Sim manages to get out of the corner. Let's see if she gets pushed back to the other one. 6 beats through the fireball, but still opened up here by Bridget, and I think you're going through the wall.
All right. Doing a good bit of damage. We have 50% on deck. We have that positive bonus as well. Spend that cash.
Let's see it, Mike Sapphic with 1 bar over here, and Gwen with no more positive bonus left. 1 bar attention on each side. Oh my god! Gwen is making it miserable to escape the corner.
Oh, we're spending that cash right here for some really big damage. We're gonna cash out with the Volk. Oh, we're actually saving it, not going into the Volcanic Viper. Interesting little choice there. Sim maybe gonna save it for... Oh! You know what? I respect the vision. We're just gonna run up with the heavy Volcanic Viper to end it all. Okay, Symbolist. I wasn't familiar with your game.
I think Gwen was so ready to burst anything because both players were on 1 hit, but all they had to do was not burst that and punish the DP, right?
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. You know,
I think that was SVV. They couldn't have RC'd it.
No, they definitely couldn't have. It's just... Yeah, and you know, unfortunate little spot, but you know what? Good job for Sim.
Yeah, what a comeback.
Yeah, what a great comeback. But you know, even though Sim won, but remember, every set does count. I believe the win for this game that we have going on between Koi and New Head still goes to Team Koi because they won 2 sets, correct?
Yep, so these head-to-heads will break ties if they have to, but the most important thing is just getting those points for your team, and Sim really locked in there at the end, secured that point for the New Head Porta Potty Pals. I would also be amiss to not shout out, this is New Head's staff team, so please, go check out these people's personal work. Sim is an incredible graphic designer for New Head, in addition to these point-scoring capabilities, which is it's very fun to see. We have a couple staff teams floating around the league this season.
Yeah, no, and you know what? Also, good job to Team Koi. They didn't win all 3 sets, but Dig and Classified definitely showed out. Even Gwen Stylish, right? We're bringing it like a very close match there to the end. It could have went to anyone between Gwen or Sim, but Sim unfortunately did, or fortunately for them, closed out. But Dig Classified also closed out on their end, so they still get the win. Good job to all players here for this first game.
Yeah, some beautiful Guilty Gear. Very happy with how the team league is going out. As far as beautiful Guilty Gear, we do have a bit more for you. We have our other games starting after intermission. That is going to be Golden Order FGC versus No Style. But first, we're going to take it to a couple words from our sponsors. So I will see you guys on the other side.